Hello, my name is Shannon Roth. I am with the Division of Physical Therapy Education at the University of Nebraska Medical Center. Welcome to the training series for volunteers in disaster shelters. In this video, we will demonstrate how to use a slide board when transferring an individual from a wheelchair to a cot. Position the wheelchair at a slight angle from the cot and midway between the head and foot of the cot. Once the wheelchair is positioned, lock the brakes on both sides. Have the individual remove their feet from the leg rests. Then flip up the foot plates and swing away or remove the leg rests. The leg rest closest to the cot may need to be removed prior to positioning the wheelchair next to the cot. After removing the leg rest closest to the cot, unlock the brakes, reposition the wheelchair so that it is closer to the cot but still at a slight angle to it, and relock the brakes. Next, remove the armrest that is closest to the cot. Fasten a gait belt around the individual's waist for safety. Thread the head of the belt through the teeth of the buckle first, then through the other end. Make sure the belt is nice and snug. Ask the individual to then scoot forward in the wheelchair. To help transfer the individual, a slide board will be used. This device can be used when an individual has a hard time standing up. The slide board can help an individual move from one surface to another without having to stand up. Ask the individual to shift their weight onto their hip furthest from the cot. Position one end of the slide board under the individual's upper thighs and buttocks nearest to the cot. The other end of the slide board will rest on or near the cot. Ask the individual to place their hand that is closest to the cot onto the far side of the slide board. Make sure they do not curl their fingers around the slide board because the fingers can get injured during the move from the wheelchair to the cot. Then position the individual's feet flat on the floor in front of the wheelchair and position yourself slightly in front and near the side of the individual with both your hands on the gait belt with an underhand grip. Ask the individual to do small push-up type movements using both their arms, with one arm pushing from the armrest and the other arm pushing from the slide board. Move across the slide board by having the individual perform 2 to 3 of these push-ups. If the individual is not able to do small push-ups, they can move their buttocks across the slide board by scooting sideways using a series of small movements. For either technique, help the individual by guiding their trunk with your hands on the gait belt. And if the individual is able, ask them to push through their feet as well to help move across the slide board. Once the individual is all the way onto the cot, have them lean slightly away from the wheelchair so that you can more easily remove the slide board. Make sure to have one hand on the gait belt as you remove the slide board. Once the individual is safely transferred, you can remove the gait belt from the individual's waist. Thank you for joining us. We hope that you find these techniques helpful as you provide assistance to individuals who use a wheelchair to maneuver around the shelter.